Here we are in section 3.2 exercises part C with the solutions to 7 through 10. Here we're supposed to solve for the specified variable. In number 7 we're solving for s. So we have to get s by itself. So we locate where the s is right here and we have to get rid of everything else around here. So we peel it off. The last thing that happened, this is 2s minus at squared over 2t. So get rid of this over 2t by timesing by 2t on that side and this side times by 2t. And we now have 2s minus at squared, because those guys just canceled, equals 2vt. Okay, what else can we get rid of now? The s is here, so let's get rid of this minus at squared with plus at squared, plus at squared. And we see that we now have, that guy goes away with that one. And we have 2s, look how close we're getting, 2vt plus at squared. And now the last thing to get s by itself is to divide by 2 and divide by 2. So now we have s equals 2vt plus at squared all over 2. And there we have s by itself. We have now solved for s. Good. 2vt plus at squared all over 2. Number 8, r equals I over pt. And we have to get p by itself. We've got fractions in here as well. Let's multiply by the least common denominator, that pt, to get the fractions gone. So we have ptr equals, on the right hand side it just cancels, so we get I. Now what are we trying to do again? We're trying to solve for p. There's p right there. So we have to get rid of everything that is near the p. In this case it's the tr, and it's attached by multiplication. So we divide by tr, divide by tr. tr's cancel over there, and we're left with p equals I over tr. Let's check our answer. P equals I over TR, or RT. Number 9. We've got fractions again. Let's multiply by this denominator, R2 plus R1. So we get R2 plus R1 and R2 plus R1 multiplying over here. And on the right hand side, it just cancels. On the left hand side, we have parentheses times the d, so the d can jump in. So we have dr2 plus dr1 equals lr2. And these little numbers down by the r are just subscripts that tell you that this r, it's the first r, and that's the second r, are different variables, so we don't combine them. But we're trying to get r1 by itself. Well, r1 is right there, and so we have to get rid of the things that are on the same side. We have things that are added, so we subtract it. Subtract dr2 from both sides, subtract dr2. Good, so we have dr1 on the left-hand side equals lr2 minus dr2. Good, and the last thing is to divide off that d. Good, and we get those cancel, so we're left with r1 all by itself, just like we wanted, and lr2 minus dr2 all over d. Let's double check that answer. Yeah, lr2 minus dr2 all over d. Now we should note that if you did this a little bit differently, perhaps you multiplied those through or divided off that d before distributing and then subtracted the r2, you might have gotten this broke up into a couple of different fractions, and that's perfectly fine. That's good. Number 10. We have 9s minus 5g over 11 equals c, and we want to get s by itself. So let's circle the s. That's the one where we want to have s equals something on the bottom. Let's get rid of the fractions. Times by 11 times by 11. So we now have 9s minus 5g equals 11 times c. Now we've got something that is added or subtracted over here, so we do the opposite. Add 5g to both sides, and we get 9s equals 11c plus 5g. And now the last step, multiplication. We divide by 9. Divide by 9. So we have S equals 11c plus 5g all over 9. Let's check that answer. 11c plus 5g all over 9. Good.